I tell people every time when they come in for a session, people don't come to counseling because something is necessarily wrong. They come to counseling because they want to make things more right. Counseling is like mental and emotional push-ups. You may not feel like doing it, may not be your cup of tea, but how are you gonna know if you don't ever try? It's one of those things, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. If you don't want to try it out, you don't have to try it out. But I always say, for shits and giggles, it sure is not gonna hurt. Every one of us, me included, know that we can improve on ourselves or in our lives in some sort of aspect. My high school years, my stepmom, who I'm very close to, is addicted to meth. So after she got clean my freshman year of college, she decided she wanted to go back and help people. And so she got into the master's program at MSU for counseling. And I actually got to go sit in on a class with her and Dr. Anderson. I just loved it. I loved the vibe. I loved just the camaraderie of everybody. So I signed up the following semester and actually was lucky enough to have some classes with my stepmom. My professor once said that she didn't like the way that I sat when I was counseling. And I told my professor, I was like, well, if my clients are worried about the way that I'm sitting or what I'm wearing, I'm a pretty piss poor therapist. Well, I'm not a sugarcoating kind of therapist. If I think you're lying to me or you're lying to yourself, like, it's not going to do you or me any good. I tell it like it is, and if you don't like it, I don't care. I tell people what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, and people keep coming back. So I did my internship, my practicum last semester there at the recovery center, and then they offered me a job when I graduated. I loved it. It was very fast-paced, but the burnout of working as a substance abuse counselor is about 3 years, and that's how long I lasted. I have one specific client that I've thought about before. It was one from the recovery center, and he was a big alcoholic, 23 years old. I knew that he was drinking, but he was lying to me, and I knew he was lying to me. I was afraid that if I called him out right then and there, then he would just stop coming and just fall off. He got drunk and was walking down the street Halloween and stumbled in the street and got hit by a car, and he died. That's where I kind of stopped second guessing my interventions, as they call them. That's why I'm not a sugarcoating kind of therapist. Not anymore, at least. I can handle anything after working with addicts and alcoholics. I believe that every wound can scar over, but there's always going to be a scar. Therapy is about going back and healing that wound. The number one rule in counseling is to be empathetic. If you don't hurt yourself for anyone else or neglect yourself for anyone else, I don't give a shit what you do, just as long as we're moving in the right direction.